Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is going to be how to build Curse Shackles Purgatory Meliodas. So this is the new melee that just dropped very recently. He's a very good character, I highly recommend summoning on him, not only for him as a character, but the banner itself is very good itself. Unfortunately I did get shafted on it, so I didn't get what I wanted. But it wasn't bad after all. I did end up getting 6/6 Queen Diane, 2/6. I ended up getting another 2 more copies of Festival Esteroso and a copy of Traitor Melee, which overall wasn't too bad, and I also got the new Mono as well. So first with Melee, stats, very good, very high base crit damage, so of course I am running attack crit dam on him currently. So he's got 222% crit dam. I also am missing one weapon for him, which is the free weapon that we get from the event, which I'll be able to get tomorrow. He's got an AoE card, which is actually very good. So it's AoE, it's not like Pierce, it's not like Traitor Melee, it does half of his Pierce rate instead of 3 times Pierce rate, which is what a normal Pierce card does. It's still very powerful. He does have very high base Pierce of 121% without his buff, which I'll get onto later. You've got Frenzy, which is inflicts damage equal to 500% on one enemy, and this is like Reverse Flood, which is now based off the enemy's percentage of HP they're currently at, and also does 2 times pierce damage as well, which is also very, very, very good. Moving on to his ultimate now, we have Magic Burst, which is like ignores 30% of crit resistance and 60% crit defense. Of course, the Magic Burst and the suppression damage they go up with ult level. I will show you that when we get to the ult level bit. 500% of attack on all enemies, then applies damage suppression for 1 turn. It's 6/6, it is 2 turns. Anyway, talking about ultimate, let's actually go on to it. So as you can see here, the text is like, okay, there you go, I can get all of it on the screen there. As you can see, it does scale. So 1/6, 2/6, and 3/6 are all the same. 4/6 it increases, 5/6 it stays the same, and 6/6 it increases as well. So 6/6 is definitely the most broken, being the fact that it then requires 3 turns after the ultimate to kill Melee. But of course, it's not like Escanor where he guaranteed gets it. He has to pop the ultimate to be able to trigger this effect. Also at 1/6, I'm not sure when this goes up to, but at 1/6 it is a buff, so it can be removed by if you're using Festival Esterosa on your team, or you're versing a Rimuru, which is very rare now, but it's still possible you verse a Rimuru. But overall, he's still a very good character. Damage from his ultimate can be a little bit iffy. When he starts, he gets 3 Shackles of Purgatory, effects on self, which is like damage reduction for his entire team, 20%, not too bad. If any of your allies, including Melee, takes damage using enemy skill, he will lose one of these Shackles of Purgatory. When all 3 are removed, he also can remove them by playing cards himself, but only when he plays cards. When they are removed, he gets True Magic. True Magic only works for 1 card for Melee, and that's it. It increases all his attack-related stats by 50%. It's very powerful. I also realized they don't also explain. Oh no, they do. Bro, this passive is massive. What the hell? Yeah, when they're removed after he uses that 1 turn, it then immediately goes back to 3 Shackles of Purgatory. Increases damage dealt by 400% when 40% when attacking enemy. Oh yeah, so he's also sort of got like Ekidonna's Ekidonna's Relic, which is when attacking a debuffed enemy, they do more damage. He does 40% extra damage to stance and debuff enemies, so he is designed to take out Queen Diane, who is, in my opinion, quite a big threat to Melee. Of course, not turn 1. If you can nuke Diane, then yeah, but if someone's got a really well-built Diane and they're running a really tanky team, Diane could be also a big problem, as well as I also think he was designed to try and get rid of Nalfmi. Nalfmi can only be debuffed once, so I'm not sure if that actually stacks. Would it stack? The stance damage, oh no, this is or, so it doesn't say and. Finally applies an effect at the end of the enemy's turn. Yeah, so if they don't play any cards, they remove 2. They have 2. They have a 1 ult gauge removed for 2 turns, and it immediately takes action. So they could push for their ultimate. You think, oh, they're fine, right? Or they think they're fine. They immediately lose that 1 ult gauge and then have the dissolve. That means they can't push then the turn after. It's very good. It also does work in PvE as well, which is very, very useful. Enemies who have not used his skill. Yeah, so it is skill, so in theory, if Diane was to taunt, she didn't attack, but she taunted, she would still be able, she wouldn't have the dissolve effect, but yeah. That is the only problem with Melee is ult rush, as well as the fact he can be one-shotted. Something when I've been using in PvP recently, I'm not sure I'll make a video on him. His team is very... it's not really too fun to play, to be fair. It's cool to see the numbers, but not fun to play. Escanor can just one-tap him. I think that's why Escanor was built the way he was because he was already ready to counter melee. So melee's main counter is Escanor. What I mean by that is if Escanor one-shots him, it one-shots him. Because Escanor is stupid. He can't have his stats lowers, means encroachment from Estarossa won't work. Stat lowers if you're running Green Sildress Link for Zell won't work. You know, or even using Blue Zell, he won't be able to lower his stats. And I think the fact that melee has, of course, melee also has the ability to one-shot turn 1. But Escanor, of course, has the flames, the final flames, right? And if you're 6/6, you can't be one-shot. You literally cannot be killed turn 1. Means if they're running Green Gotha, for example, which is a very scummy thing to do with Escanor, and I do it sometimes as well, then they pull double upgrade, you are screwed. Your melee will die immediately. I had this once where my melee was able to survive a golden card from Escanor, had Tamir Link, all good, and then he got to Final Flame and was just able to one-punch, pulled a silver card and immediately killed my melee with a punch. But I did at that point end up losing Estarossa and Zeldris, so of course, Zeldris isn't really that big of a help, but I lost the Darkness stacks, which is pretty big. Anyway, on to gear sets. I run him attack crit down for numbers. Of course, you don't have to. You could obviously run him HP defense. If you're going to use him for PvE, if you're not very big into geared PvP, then I would heavily recommend attack crit down over HP defense, as he is a DPS. He's very good for demonic beasts. I might have a video of me doing bird with him. I'm not too sure yet. Depends on how I feel. But he's a very good character. I might do a video comparing HP defense to attack crit down at one point, just so you can see the difference. He also does start with max cosmetics. He's got 5 headgears. This one is free. This one is free, and this one is free as well. Which is actually very rare. Okay, Escanor's missing 1 headgear. I do remember Escanor is missing a headgear. But Escanor did not drop with this sort of stuff. Of course, I will be waiting if I do that comparison video. I'll be comparing him to Escanor with HP defense and attack crit down. With that, I will be needing this weapon, as Escanor has 3 weapons, and I will need this one just to make it a little bit more fair. I do believe melee has higher attack than Escanor, but I do know Escanor, I think, overall buffs himself more, giving him the 60% attack increase. No, not attack increase, 60% damage output increase, as well as his overall stat increase that he gets over turns as well. But anyway, thank you for watching this how to build video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.